So these two string instances here now actually hold the address of two different objects in memory, okay? So these are actually pointers. This my first string here is actually a pointer to this object inside the memory, okay? This instance doesn't hold this object within it. This instance only holds the address of this object inside the memory, okay? So hopefully that makes sense now. So now let me actually comment out these lines of code here, and I want to actually show you another way of creating string objects in Java, okay? As you saw above, that when we tried to assign the same string object to two different literals, compiler only created one object and made both of the literals to point the same object, okay? So now I want to actually show you how we can actually create string objects in another way. And in that case, the compiler would create two different objects in memory having the same text. So for example, first we need to actually refer to the name of our class string, and the name of our object is, for example, str object 1, and then I need to put in an assignment operator here, and then I need to put in this keyword here, new, and then again I need to refer to the name of my string, okay? And then I need to put in a semicolon at the end of my statement. So as you can see here, I created a string object called str object 1, okay? As you can see, I can actually assign value to this str object 1 inside the parentheses here, okay? So this is a constructor in string class that allows us to actually assign value to our string instances, okay? So I can actually just type in here, hello world, okay? And now, as you can see, I created an object called hello world, okay? So now I can actually create another object here. I just need to refer to the name of the class string, okay? And the name of the object is str object 2, okay? And then I need to put in an assignment operator here, and then I put in this keyword here, new, and then I again refer to the name of the string class, and then I put in a parenthesis here, and then I put in a semicolon at the end of my statement. And now I can actually assign a value to our str object 2 by using a constructor that is inside the string class, okay? So remember that a string class is a predefined class for us. Those constructors are predefined for us and we can use them. So inside the parentheses, I just need to put in two double quotes, and then inside the double quotes, again, I can just type in hello world. So as you can see here, I created two different string instances with the same value, but this time the address of these two objects is going to be completely different inside the memory, okay? So this object is going to be saved inside the memory in one place, and this object is going to be actually saved inside the memory in another place, okay? That's it. That's how you can actually create string objects in Java. And now I want to actually talk more about these string objects in order to make this concept more meaningful for you, okay? So now if I want to output the value of these string instances to the console, I just need to type in here system.out.println, and then inside the parentheses, I can just refer to the name of the object, str object 1, and then I need to put in a semicolon at the end of my statement. So now if I run my project, as you can see, this value is outputted to the console, okay? Or I can actually output the value of this str object 2 to the console. So I just need to type in here system.out.println, and then inside the parentheses, I can just refer to the name of my object, okay? str object 2, and then I need to put in a semicolon at the end of my statement. And now if I run my project, as you can see, this value again is outputted to the console, okay? And remember that these two objects are actually stored in memory in two different places, okay? Because we created these string objects by using these new keyword here, okay? So this is very important. You can actually create a string objects by just using these string literals, or you can actually create string objects by using this new keyword here, okay? So to recap, strings are a sequence of characters, okay? In Java programming language, strings are objects. And the Java platform provides the string class to create and manipulate strings. So in order to create strings, the most direct way to create a string is to actually use the string literals, okay? So for example, let me actually comment out these lines of code here. And I need to refer to the name of the string class. The name of my object is str1, and then I put in an assignment operator here, and then I can actually put in 2 double quotes, and here I can just put in a value here, okay, inside the double quotes, and then I need to put in a semicolon at the end of my statement, okay? So here, as you can see, this is the most direct way to create a string, okay? Whenever the compiler encounters a string literal in your code, it creates a string object with its value in this case, okay? With its value, in this case, a value, okay? As with any other object, you can create string objects by using the new keyword and a constructor, which I actually showed you those examples earlier in this tutorial. The string class has 11 constructors that allow you to provide the initial value of the string using different sources. The string class is immutable, so that once it is created, a string object cannot be changed. If there is a necessity to make a lot of modifications to strings of characters, we can actually use the string buffer class or the string builder class, okay? And now I want to actually show you some of the methods of a string class in order to manipulate these string objects, okay? Methods used to obtain information about an object are known as accessor methods, okay? One accessor method that you can use with strings is the length method. So let me repeat again. Methods used to obtain information about an object are known as accessor methods. One accessor method that you can use with strings is the length method, which returns the number of characters contained in the string object. And now I want to actually show you those examples here, okay? So now, as you can see here in line 26, I created a string object, and the name of my object is string1, str1, okay? So now I want to actually create an integer variable in order to actually hold the length of this string object, okay? So now, the data type of my variable is int, and the name of my variable is string length, okay? And then I need to put in an assignment operator here, and then I refer to the name of my object str1 dot length. As you can see here, this length method is an accessor method, okay? So an accessor method means that this method is actually going to obtain information about this object, okay? So the name of this method is length, and the return type of this method is int, and this method is inside the string class, okay? So if I choose this method now, and I need to put in a semicolon at the end of my method. So this string length variable now holds the length of this str1 object, okay? And now if I want to output this value to the console, I just need to type in here system.out.println, and then inside the parentheses, I just need to refer to the name of my variable string length, okay? So now I need to choose this option here, string length, and then I need to put in a semicolon at the end of my statement. So now if I run my project, as you can see, this value is outputted to the console, number 7. So if we actually count the length of this string here, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? So this value is the value of the string length variable, okay? So this is the length of our string object, okay? And another method that we can use on string objects is, for example, let me actually comment out this line of code here.